like you to do it! I think I'm ready.
Die! Huh? Why won't you die?
I'm not going to remember you. We're done? I'll upload the recording.
Siris is a character that provides value that can't really be quantified. Her kit is very adaptable on both offense and defense. She is a character that is effective in many situations and will only get better over time. While her kit may seem simple on the surface, there's still many layers to her gameplay. So sit tight, because we're going to cover everything you need to know about Siris.
I hope they open up the zone soon. Let me go home. There's something I need to find there.
Initial Coffin is Siris' standard skill. This skill will provide a buff called Initial Blessing for 10 seconds. This will reduce incoming damage by 25% and provide super armor, allowing you to get interrupted less from attacks. Her Neuron skills will also add some interesting mechanics. If you dodge during this buff, your next shot will be granted Bone Eater. Bone Eater adds more kinetic damage to your shots based off Siris' own attack stat. Bone Eater can also do additional damage to enemy shields. And for clarification, shields are white health bars that many targets have. So Bone Eater is very effective against many of these enemies who have the shield health. Her other Neuron skill will reload one bullet every time you dodge with the buff active. With a full stamina bar, Siris is able to roll about 8 times throughout this duration. This is basically 8 free Bone Eater bullets that can shred shields quickly. At first glance, it may seem like a DPS loss, rolling around all over the place. However, if you're using a shotgun that has a rate of fire of 60, the timing lines up perfectly. There's going to be a lot to unpack here, so get ready. Boundary Guard is Siris' support skill. This is her most defining skill, and for a good reason. By using this skill, Siris will place down a shield in front of her allies. This shield comes out very fast and can be used in reaction against attacks. This shield will last for 15 seconds and can be upgraded to have 150% of Siris' HP. Her shield is thick and can surprisingly stand up against powerful boss mechanics. Upon upgrading her first Neuron skill, the shield will now inflict a movement speed debuff to nearby targets. Now this is very powerful if you have Kaguya on the team. Kaguya's Duo's alignment allows her allies to do more damage against enemies with movement speed debuffs. This opens up Siris' offensive playstyle. She basically has an on-demand debuff on top of protecting her teammates. This is even more abusable if you have Maxer ripping Souls Orbs towards the shield. I'm not sure why you can decrease the movement speed of this orb, but hey, it still counts for more damage. Speaking of damage, do you remember Siris' Bone Eater bullets? At her second manifestation, any teammate that shoots through the shield has a 30% chance for the bullet to be buffed by Bone Eater. This enables the whole squad to do more damage while being protected. It also retains the 50% extra damage to shielded enemies. This is very powerful, coupled with Kaguya's extra damage to targets with lowered movement speed. Her third manifestation will provide more health to your shields. Nice! Her final manifestation will remove the 15-second time limit from her shields, and it will instead stay on the field until it's destroyed. This upgrade is insanely good, as enemies have to get through your thick shield before attacking you. It also helps with Siris' energy cost, as 30 energy gets pricey over time. And no, you can't have 2 shields up at the same time with this upgrade. Night of Revival is Siris's ultimate skill. Using this skill will create a birth dome that repels enemies. When Birth Dome is active, it will increase your movement speed, reduce damage, and provide a shield. And it also prevents you from being interrupted by attacks. This ultimate basically lets you throw all consequences out the window and feel invincible. When you upgrade its neuron skills, the entire team is granted this privilege. Oh, and I guess it can heal too. Mileage may vary when casting this ultimate, but it has an insane number of benefits at a reasonable energy cost. Besides, why spend time dodging mechanics when you can ignore them altogether? With her skills out of the way, let's cover her duos alignment, builds, and team compositions. Starting off, her duos alignment will grant additional max HP each time any skill is used. Without any additional alignment index, she will gain up to 33% of her max health. This will incentivize you to use skills so her shields can become more powerful. Moving on, let's talk about her builds, which have been very controversial. At first glance, you may think to add equipment that raises shield construction. However, keep in mind, both her standard skill and support skill do not benefit from this. If you want to run shield construction, it would only work on her ultimate. This game defines shields as blue health on your character's HUD. Regardless, if you do enjoy her ultimate as much as I do, you can use Precious Baby as her weapon. It's a kinetic weapon, and it will provide additional benefits to Bone Eater shield damage. If you're looking for something more offensive but cheap, you can use Full Alert. And if you're looking for a weapon that buffs your main DPS, you can use Lapis Lazuli. Her best in slot logistics is the Janji squad, as we don't have many other choices. You could use the Coffin squad, but again, keep in mind it only works with her ultimate as of right now. Maybe they might adjust how her shield works in the future, but in my opinion, committing a 3-set effect with logistics would not be worth only upgrading her ultimate. It's fine for her weapon, but again, mileage might vary.
Being with you, it's fun. I'll try not to forget this.
Siris works well on teams that aren't mobile. Many Yao Solstice enjoyers will appreciate having a shield so they can stay comfy while shooting. But for the most part, Siris can fit in anywhere. She's a solid all-around character that can solidify her role in any content. I personally run her on my Maxer team using the Siris and Kagula debuff combo on the orbs. If you want to learn more about Maxer, you can check out our guide here. And if you're looking for something else, be free to drop a comment, stop by our Twitch stream, or subscribe. And as always, take care.